Hello then, welcome to Mark Card's Hypnotherapy. Today we have the lovely Kimberly. Evening, Kimberly.
Hi.
Hello, thanks very much for doing this. Kimberly was one of my clients not too long ago, struggling with anxiety, as is the normal with my clients, because that's my niche, anxiety and PTSD. And yeah, we had a great old time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did, she says. So without further ado, Kimberly, please take it away and just tell us what was going on and your experience.
So it's just a kind of a mixed bag of emotions, really. Kind of felt like I was not struggling every day, but kind of didn't know what was wrong every day, being upset. Little things would kind of upset me or send me over the edge, if that makes sense. And then also kind of throwing myself into things like work, but probably not to the best of my ability, and then avoiding everyone else, like family and friends and things like that. So it's a little bit all over the place, I felt like.
And was it, did it, I mean, you say it affected you socially and at work, anywhere else at all?
Just in terms of stuff like seeing friends, seeing family, not really wanting to go out, do anything, see anyone, not really enjoying anything, I guess, in life, and just sort of burrowing myself away to try and avoid, I guess, everything that was going on with me.
So what do you think was that moment where you decided, like, this had to stop?
It was probably when I was getting upset on a daily basis, rather than once in a while because something can happen at work. And then also when I kind of had quite a frank discussion with a friend and realised that actually I wasn't me, if that makes sense. I didn't feel like me. I knew I hadn't felt like me for a while, but I just put that down to, oh, I'm busy with work or what's going on. And us kind of having that conversation made me realise actually I probably should look into this a bit more.
Okay. And so sort of moving on, you decided that you would, what made you choose hypnotherapy?
It was actually from a recommendation,
right,
essentially, that someone that I know that obviously you've worked with before, that my friend is connected to and knew that you'd spoken to, and came with good reviews. So essentially that's where we had our initial conversation, and you're very kind of calming. We had a lovely first phone call conversation, made me feel quite comfortable, and kind of we just went forward from there.
Yeah, okay. And how would you describe your experience with hypnosis? How would you describe hypnosis because everybody seems to have a different feel or vibe or view on how hypnosis felt to them. I know you had colors, didn't you? You had yeah. So tell us about your particular brand of hypnosis. Is it that way?
So initially, I kind of had I felt like it was a weird sensation. Like I felt like I was falling, and then you might say a certain thing, and then it was like I kind of came back into the room, so to speak, and that was probably the first couple of sessions. But then the last session, for example, was one where I kind of had, I want to say an orb, but I can't really explain it. Like there was like a shape that was a colour that was moving. I'm doing this kind of hand movement now, and then you said a certain word, like let it go, and then it kind of disappeared, and then everything was just one colour. So it was kind of, my experience changed as we went through each session, but by the end of that felt like not a release, maybe that's not the right word, but the word that you said, let it go, kind of actually, it felt like that's what I saw as well, in my mind or with my eyes closed.
And it's funny that you mentioned this thing about color. The thing to remember is this: your mind likes to attach colors to emotions, which is probably why we have sayings like, I'm feeling blue, I'm green with envy, I'm red with rage. And I got taught something by a guy named Carl Smith, Kinetic Shift, whereby you can actually, if you can get somebody to find that fear get the emotion up and then find the color that goes with it, you can literally pull that color out. We didn't actually do that, did we, with you? We just went into the normal hypnosis side of things, and well, you found your own color yourself, and it just went poof, and off it went with the words, let it go, let it go. You'd have opened your eyes if I'd started singing, wouldn't you?
Well, at least there wasn't Baby Shark.
Okay, so that was your experience with hypnosis, and how would you describe yourself now as a result of those sessions?
Calmer, I think, is the first thing that kind of comes to mind. Feel happier. In the time that we've had our sessions, I've already, got back kind of my social life in a sense. Just I wouldn't say mundane, that's probably the wrong word, but, the routine stuff, like popping to see someone in the weekday, which I always was too busy to do or didn't make time to do. All of that's completely changed. So I'm now seeing people regularly, doing things regularly that I enjoy, rather than just not doing anything in a sense. So calmer, happier.
Would you find that prior to that you were sort of procrastinating? It's just too hard to get up and make that effort, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was always just, I can work, and not, if I have to work, I can't do anything. And that was probably just a cover story, so that I didn't have to do anything, in a sense.
It's a lovely use of the word cover story. Yes, it is a cover story, and that's your conscious mind giving you a cover story in order not to do something. And because as you know now, the mind's set up in two parts, and one's the conscious and one's the unconscious. The conscious is a bit of a naughty person, but the unconscious is the tape recorder of your life and wants the good out of you, which is why it might say, go for that run. But then the conscious mind comes up and says, have you seen the weather outside? In that case, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. So thank you so much for that. Is there anything else you'd like to add on to there, or are you quite happy with your...
No, I'm quite happy. And just thank you to you, really.
And I'm going to have to throw it back at you, as you know, because any thanks to me goes straight back to you, because you are the one that's done the work, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
That's what it amounts to, because you are the one that has done the work. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I say on every one of my testimonials, first of all, thank you so much, Kimberly, because these testimonials are worth their weight in gold. They're so important. It just gets the message out there that your anxiety is everywhere. And if you're struggling with anxiety, there is help. It may not be with me, it may be with somebody else, because my brand of hypnosis may not suit somebody, whereas for you it's lovely, wasn't it? We had a gay old time, didn't we? So get out there, find that help. It is out there, and you do not have to live with this anxiety, which seems to be becoming more and more prevalent, especially after lockdown. So, ladies and gents, find me. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Google, Facebook, and of course my website, which is www.markcarterhypnotherapy.com, and you'll see the testimonials. This will certainly be going up tonight, and yeah, just look me up, find me, and I'm always out there ready to help as and when. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd just like to say good night, and I wish you from Mark Carter Hypnotherapy the very best mental, emotional, and physical health.